Hello and welcome to another episode of Let's Play Hull City in Football Manager 2018. And since last episode, the Man City game, we have played quite a few games. First off, we managed to beat Tottenham away, and Tottenham is not having that great of a season. They are kind of mid-table. And then we managed to beat Burnley at home, but then the struggle began. And the struggle especially has been Brighton, a team from the Championships. So we got them in the FA Cup, and the first game was a goalless draw, so we had to replay them. And then we lost at home with 2 goals against none. And I'm lacking words how to describe this. I mean, I don't care that much about the FA Cup, and I use a few U23 players and so on, but we completely dominated both of these games. We actually, I counted it, those 2 games combined, we had 45 shots. 45 shots! And we didn't manage to score once. That's, yeah, I don't need to tell you guys how bad that is. Completely dominated both games, didn't manage to score once. And in between those 2 games, we had a bit of a crazy game away versus Southampton that ended 3-3. And yeah, I want to show you what happened. So we actually took the lead in the 25th minute, and then they scored twice in a row, 72nd minute and 75 minutes. They actually had 3-1, and I went all out crazy, attacking, overloading, and then we managed to score twice. So the last goal into extra time. So a crazy comeback. Unfortunate though, as you can see, Harry Kane picked up an injury, and it said it was 3 to 4 weeks. I think it currently says 2 weeks on him, but you never know exactly how that one stands. And as before, I'm not sure if it was before it was for last episode or it's been after last episode. I think it was also for last episode. But Gnabry, also injured, been out for some time. I think it's 10 days left, but he's been out for like 3 weeks, 2-3 weeks at least already. So it's going to be like a month combined. And Svensson, as always, I said he always picks up those short injuries. He got injured last game, like a 1 to 2 day injury, and he has had so many injuries. Look at this. They're all short ones, really short ones. But he's getting like quite a few injuries each season. And as I said before, I'm really considering selling him on because of all those injuries. I mean, far too many injuries. I mean, look at the, like just the latest like 1-2 seasons. It's all the time short ones. But that actually puts us in a kind of a weird situation, because right now we only have like one good striker available for us with Kane out on injury, and that's of course going to be Keane. And I mean, it's going to be a tough schedule, so I'm actually, if needed, considering to play a strikerless formation for some game if we need to rest or rotate. I'm not sure if I'm going to do it, but I actually had some great success with it. And I don't remember if it was FM17 or FM16. I did a Liverpool save where I played strikerless formation as my main formation, and it worked great back then. So it could be interesting to try something like that again. But yeah, I'll have to wait and think on what to do. Today, though, we are playing Chelsea, and I actually forgot one thing. I forgot to show you guys the league table. So let's pause it here and bring up, where is it? League table. I'm blind. There it is. So this is the way the league table looks right now. So Chelsea are 10 points behind us, but with 1 less game played. Which means if they win today and win that game, that's 6 of those 10 points they can catch up. 6 out of 10 points. Which means if we don't win today, that huge lead, looks like a huge lead right now, could all of a sudden be 4 points. So I don't need to tell you guys how very, very important this game is. And also, as you know, the transfer window is opened, and I have sold one player. And it was Lukaku, and I was talking about him during the last episode. I have promised him to leave, and I also was talking, I didn't mention it last time I was talking about him, but I mentioned it for the first episode of this season, that he has an expiring contract, and he refuses to sign a new one because he says he dislikes the club. So he actually only had 6 months left of his contract, so we really needed to sell him. And I feel like I actually got a pretty good deal out of it, because Tottenham paid me 15 million euros for him, and I think that's a really good amount of money for a player that's not world class and that only have 6 months remaining on the contract. It was straight up, I believe it was. I'm not sure. But it was some clauses that are like 100% sure going to happen. Like if it plays 10 games and if he plays like 5 games for his national team and he's a national player, then I will get all those 15 point something million. So I feel like, considering the situation, it was a pretty good deal. And also, of course, I've been scouting like a madman for left backs to replace him with, but I kind of can't find anybody that I feel like looks interesting, because either they're not good enough or they are like costing 100 million or something like that. So I would most likely not sign a new left back during the January window. Instead, my solution probably going to be like, there's 2 options. First off, Calabria, as I use as a right fullback, he can also play on the left side, so if needed he can rotate on that side also. But also, oh my god, that was a beautiful goal. But unfortunately, it's Chelsea scoring, it's Kessié, and this is not what we wanted, not to start at all. But yeah, but actually Maya, he can play as a left fullback pretty decently, and his stats for it is actually really good. It's not his best position, it's kind of more of a wing back, but his stats are more or less completely right for a fullback, and it's not his best position, but he can play it pretty well. So if I use him in that position, that also gives room for the youngster Fonseca, the defensive midfielder. I said before that I needed more first team experience, so that could be an option, using Maya as a left back and have Fonseca starting to rotate in the middle. Here's Keane though, that was garbage, but Svensson picks it up. Afonso Sosa going for Paslak on the right side for Shabanov. Back to Afonso Sosa, and that's the equalizer. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. As the comment says, they're a brilliant goal. That was a schoolbook example from some nice football with that pass from here on. For Sosa going for Paslak with a beautiful pass. Shabanov, and this, that's textbook example on how to do it. And we have equalized. But we can't be pleased with this. A win today would be almost game set match. It would put us in a sensational situation for the league. But a loss today, as I showed. Oh my god! It bounces straight off the post. That was a like shot from a cannon and really, really close. But yeah, a win today would set us up for a sensational position. But a loss today, as I said, it's going to be, could be 4 points difference then. That's almost the whole lead, the whole 10-point lead disappearing in like one blink of an eye. Still, we need to tell the lads, we can't be pleased with this one. I mean, we are not leading. Looking at the ratings, the only guy with a decent rating is Afonso Sosa. So yeah, definitely a lot of room for improvement for the second half. We'll keep things like this for now. Not going to make any tactical changes yet. But as always, I'm definitely keeping track of the statistics to see what happens, and maybe we need to change something around. But yeah, some more transfer talk. I've actually been getting quite a few offers for some of my players, especially 2 of my central defenders. It's Suma and it's Costas. And it's actually the same club that had made offers for both of them. And it's PSG has sent me like maybe 3 offers for Suma, and 2 offers for Costas. And as you know, I was about to sell Costas during the summer. I thought I had sold Costas during the summer, but at the end he declined the contract offer. And for the right price, I am willing to sell him. But I kind of like it right now when we have 4 central defenders, because you know me, I'm always rotating like a madman. And having 4, compared to last season when we only had 3, I feel like this like that could have been offside. I'm not celebrating. Yeah, I think it's offside. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I saw it. But yeah, I kind of really like the way that gives us options to rotate, because my central defenders is always fit for a fight. But for the right price, I am willing to sell him. And we all know that PSG, they are a club that sometimes can just spit up some sensational money. So maybe they will give me an offer I can't refuse. Somewhere though, I'm not that keen on selling, and they have given me an offers for, like, I believe it was around for 50 million euros, something like that. And it's a decent chunk of money, but I'd rather have a really good team than a lot of money on the bank. And I'm not sure that we would be. I actually scouted some central defenders too to see if there were any options, and I kind of, oh my god, it could have been a beautiful goal. But yeah, I didn't find any reasonable offers. I thought, like, yeah, if you sell Suma for 50 mil, who can we replace him with? And I just didn't see that we could get the same amount of quality. Now we have a little bit of a trouble because Keane, of course, is tired, playing like garbage. But we don't have any option on the bench. And same with Svensson, since Gnabry is out on injury. So I'm actually going to go like this, because this is an option I'm considering for this position, because Bowen can play on both sides. Of course, the right flank is his main side, but he can doing it decently on the left flank. So that was actually why I started with him on the bench, even though he was pretty fit. But yeah, I can play on both sides. Brannigan haven't been great. Maybe it's time to bring in Fonseca then, because Fonseca is nowadays the main option if Maya is going to be a left defender. So let's see. Maybe this could be the right timing for the youngster, ball-winning midfielder, to start show that he wants to be a serious container for the first team. I still kind of don't want to change things around, because we are creating chances. They are not. We have been getting every single highlight during the second half. But let's go to the tactics screen. Let's start do some thinking here. Anything we want to change around? We could bring Fonseca a little bit higher up in the pitch. It's not as good of a position for him. We're going to have him focus a little bit more on defense. And yeah, we don't have any options keen. I think we should go replace the Carbo would be the option. Bring in Farrell. Farrell, fantastic talent. Yeah, maybe something like this. But I don't want to go like crazy either, because I feel like this result isn't great, but it's decent, because this means that we're kind of going to keep our distance to them. But at the same time, I mean, this is that home game. We really want to win it. We're into extra time. It's going to be a highlight during extra time. This could be game-changing. It's Bowen. Bowen for Sosa. Sosa trying to reach Keane. Keane sets up all the way to the left flank. Colatori with a long cross for Shabanov. And oh my god, that could have been the goal that could have won us the league. But instead, the clock ticks on, and this will most likely just be the end of the game highlight. Let's wait and see. Farrell for Sosa. Keane trying to reach Shabanov. Shabanov actually gets it. There's quite a few places in the box, and that was a crappy cross. I mean, a little bit more quality in that cross, and that could have been a game changer. But we got a draw. We really can't be pleased with the way we played, but we are pleased with the point, because the most important thing here is that Chelsea didn't manage to beat us, because now we still have the 10 points with one more game played. So at worst, they can be 7 points behind us. That's so much better than have the gap going down to just 4 points. So I'm okay with the result. I'm not okay with all these lads with 6.4 ratings, 6.5 ratings. I still want to tell them I'm far from pleased with some of you guys. And you didn't, come on, Oxford, you didn't even react. I'm going to talk specially to you. Tell him I'm not happy with you. And now, finally, some reaction from him. But yet, let's leave the game, not the game, but the match, and take a look at the league table. And yeah, as you saw, nothing has changed. Still have Chelsea, Liverpool behind us, both with one less game played. Actually, Man United have 2 less game played, so they could be a small outsider also if they manage to win those games. But yeah, also quickly look at my squad, see who is wanted. We have Westin is wanted, Sosa is wanted, Maya is wanted, Costa's wanted, and that's it for the main squad players. But yeah, I think that's it for this episode. As always, thank you so much for sharing your time with me, and I'll see you in the next one. And maybe something has changed then. Maybe somebody has left and joined us. Only one way to find out, and that's to catch the next episode.